So the movie starts, and we have a little chubby boy, and he's dirty like a little piggy in a little pig pen. He's got curly hair. Then all the monks in the monastery see he's dirty, and he's trying to wrestle. He puts a little mask on. He's trying to wrestle like a little dirty pig. And then the monks are like, "We don't like that. We don't like that. I don't like that. You don't like that. I don't like that. We don't like that." And so they come over, and they wash him off, and then he's not a little dirty pig anymore. And then he grows up, and he's like, "All right, I'm big now. I'm grown up. I'm not little." And after he's grown up, the monks, they make him make all the food, and he's making the food, and he's like, "Man, I don't want to make this food," but he still has to make the food. So he makes the food, and he gives all the food to the other little orphans that he used to be an orphan. Now he's making the food as a grown man for all the other little orphans. And then he gives the food to the one kid, and the one kid's like, "How come we can never just have like a salad or something?" And that kid's whack sometimes, but he's like, "Dude, chill, bro. Salads are whack. These beans are great." And then he gives him beans with some chips, with some little like stale ass chips, and he puts them in the bowl. After that, the old monk with the bald head, but also some hair on the sides, he's like, "Silence, brothers. This is the war's launch. I ever had." And they all still chow down. And after that, the other monk that likes to lick his fingers and wipe his eyebrows brings in the hot lady monk, and he's like, "This is Encarnacion. She's from the Lady Sisters Mountains Convent, Guadalupe of Sisters, hot nun ladies." And then Nacho, he just looks at her and he just gets his eyebrow raised because he's like, "I like her. I like her. She's nice. I like her." And then he's like, he's trying to spit game to her, but it doesn't work out because that monk that introduced her is like, "Check this, fool." And he like licks his eyebrows again, and he's like just stares at her, and he doesn't even say nothing. He really doesn't even spit game. He just kind of sits there like staring at her awkwardly. And then after that, he into town, and he needs to go get more chips for the food. And when he goes into town, he sees this little guy, this little skinny ass guy. The little guy, he goes and he jumps onto Nacho, and he tries to take his chips for the Lord. And the guy comes and jumps on him, and he makes sounds like a puma, like stuff like that, you know. And then he realizes this guy's strong. This guy's really strong. He could be like my wrestling partner. We could fight everybody and make all the money together. And that guy goes, "I don't want to fight with you. You're crazy." So he's like, "Whatever, bro. Give me my freaking chips for the monastery back. These are for the children. You wouldn't understand nothing about that." And then the other guy's like, "Whatever, bro. I just wanted chips. I'm hungry. I'm freaking homeless. I'm skinny and I'm homeless." And then that happens. I don't know how, but I forgot. And then he convinces him. He's like, "All right, bro. We should do this because we both need money and we both need to eat. And if we make money, then we can do good things. You can eat because you're homeless, and I can feed the children and get a big bus for them to do field trips and beautiful things like that." Then they have their first fight and they wrestle. They wrestle like these little midget, like freaking animal beast guys. Or maybe I don't remember. They wrestle something, and then they got their ass kicked. And this one old man is like their biggest fan. He's just like, "Yeah. And then when they lose, he's like, "Oh no." But they make 200 pesos, and they're just happy because they make some money. And the guy's like, "If you come back here tomorrow, I will have another 200 pesos for you." And then they go into the town and they get themselves like better food for the kids. And one of them gets like nice boots, and the other one wears like a nice sweater, and they never known this before. So all of a sudden now they know this, and now they're like, "Damn, we're fly as hell now. 200 pesos, and now we're fly as hell. Let's go." That's what happens right there. They're like, "Oh shit, like we should keep making more money because we can keep doing this." And they start doing like fancy shit. Nacho starts to like ball and get like these crazy sweatpants that are blue and with like suede and shit. And then Esqueleto's like eating corn, fancy corn with extra butter. Like before, he probably would have never got a corn, and now he's got corn with double the butter. And then he's having someone like do a caricature drawing of him while also like cutting his nails because they're balling like that. And then Nacho starts to be like, "You know what? I'm fly as hell now. Maybe I should get at Encarnacion." If you guys remember Encarnacion from earlier, the hot nun that Nacho likes. So he's like, "Shit, let me get at that girl." And then he's like, "Bro, hey, Esqueleto, you should be my wingman, bro. Like, we should go in the street and you bring a couple guys that are gonna pretend to fight me, and then I'll bring her out and I'll be like, I'll fight them to protect her. You just say the word and I'm gonna go whoop their ass, all right? And then he's like, say less. And so Esqueleto comes in the night with all these guys that he wants to help Nacho fight. But Nacho, he fucks up. He like shows Encarnacion his ass. He clenches his ass, and right there was strike one. She was not sure. She didn't know how she felt. Maybe she liked it, but maybe she didn't like it. She wasn't completely sure. He fucked up already. Strike one. And then strike two was he goes and he sees two guys in the street that he thought were the guys Esqueleto was gonna bring, but these were the wrong guys. These guys look wild. These guys were feral. I wouldn't fuck with these guys. So he goes and he grabs the one guy's jacket and he rips his jacket. And then when he rips that dude's jacket, he realizes, oh shit, here comes Esqueleto with the crew of guys that he was supposed to bring. And he's like, I think he's over here, guys. And then that guy pokes him in the eyes. Like, you don't want to mess with a guy who doesn't even want to throw a fist and just pokes you in the eyes. That's dumb. Don't fight those guys. Fight regular guys that want to use fists. And I'm already getting tired trying to tell the story because I'm forgetting shit. Then they go to his room and they're like, oh shit, I guess that was weird. And they go to Nacho's room. Well, that shit got weird too. Because then you have Nacho being like, I'm not even full Mexican really. I'm like half white. My mom is Mexican, but my dad's white. Encarnacion is like, oh really? That's interesting. And then he's like, yeah, but you want to eat this toast with me? Let's eat toast, because that would be cool. I like toast. And she's like, shit, I like toast too, homeboy. And then they start eating toast together. That part was weird because the crunching was loud as hell and you could hear it and it was like quiet. And then I think like a coyote howled at the moon at the same time and they're both looking at each other. And Nacho keeps doing weird shit with his eyebrows when he looks at her. And after that, and then she's like, you know what? I love volleyball. I love volleyball. She just straight looks at him and she goes, I love volleyball. What? Like what? And he likes her, but he's like, he doesn't want to tell her, like, that was weird the way you said that. And she's like, my favorite color's tan. I like tan. And he's still like, bro, like, your delivery's off. Like, and that day was weird. They had a weird date. But then the next day, Esqueleto and Nacho were like, we got to go to the wrestler's ball or whatever. For real, we got to wrestle with the pros. So I know this dude and he's got a party. And if we go to that party, shit, we could be real wrestlers for real. So they go to that party. They jump the fence, or Esqueleto jumps the fence, but like Nacho's like too fat to get over. So he's like, bro, I can't lift you. I can't lift you over this fence. You're big as hell, boy. And he doesn't lift him over the fence. So Nacho has to figure out a way to get in, right? Obviously. And so he gets in. They're like, they all got tubas. None of them have any other instrument. It's just big ass tubas, all of them. And Nacho's like, hey, yo, hand me a big ass tuba. I'll just pretend to be one of you guys. And he gets in, and they're like, oh shit, he's just one of the musicians for this party. But Esqueleto's over there like macking on this big girl, and she likes him. But then he realizes like he doesn't really want to be with this torta. He just doesn't. He's not really into that sort of thing. And so he kind of looked at her like maybe he was licking his lips, eating a corn. Like he's always eating corn. This fool's always eating corn. Every time you see him, this fool's eating corn, and I don't know. They don't even show you where he gets the corn. I mean, the one time they show you where he gets the corn, but every other time after that, they never show you where he got corn from, and he always got corn. Anyways, so she's trying to chase him into a little hole, and she's like, "I love you." She whispered, "I love you." Like, and she tries to look at him, and she's licking her lips, and she doesn't even have corn, but he's licking his lips, and then she tries to get through her little secret tunnel, and she couldn't even squeeze through it. She got stuck. All right, back to Nacho, and then Nacho, he's like, I want to be here and I want to talk to that one guy and tell him about being a better pro and Don Ramon's going to make me a better pro. And Don Ramon is like, he thinks Nacho's a musician. He doesn't think he's a wrestler. But then he's like, all right, sing a song for Ramses. Ramses is the best wrestler we got. And Nacho's like, all right, I guess, like, and maybe after I make the song, he'll listen to me about being a bigger pro and making more money for the children, for their lives, so they can be better, happy, and more money. That's how he said that in the movie. I watched it. He said it just like that. And then Don Ramon goes, sing for Ramses, he's the greatest. And then Nacho starts to sing his song. He goes, Ramses, you are great. Ramses, you have muscles. Ramses, he's the best. Ramses, ping, 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 ping. Okay, and that's the song. I promise you, you watch the movie, that's exactly how the song goes. You're gonna watch this movie because you like what I'm telling you. Anyways, that part is over. And the guy goes, "What the hell was that?" He didn't understand Nacho's game. He didn't understand that he made music like that. He just wasn't ready. He wasn't prepared for ping, ping, ping. Okay? And then he's like, "That was dumb. Don't ever do that again. I don't want to hear that again. I promise you, you ever do that shit again, I'm going to smack you. I'm going to smack the shit out you if you ever do that again." And then Nacho's like, "What the hell, bro? This is a nice blouse. I bought this blouse from TJ Maxx. What the hell?" So they find out that there's something called the Battle Jam. And it's like the big fight in town. It's like the big ball. It's like the big ball of the fights in town. And he's like, "Well, shit, we should go to the Battle Jam. How am I going to go to the Battle Jam if we didn't win enough fights to go to the Battle Jam?" And then Esqueleto's like, "You know what? I don't know, homie." And then Nacho's like, "You know what? Let's not be friends anymore. You know what? You're just up to no good. You're always full of shit. Let's not even be friends. This is dumb. Why are we even wrestlers? I'm just a freaking normal guy. I never should have done this with you." And that was it. And then he was like, "Fuck it, bro. We're not even homies no more. I'm chill then. I'm gonna go back to my rancho with these nuns and priests, and we're just gonna chill. Like the rest of our life, we're just gonna chill. And I don't even care about wrestling anymore. I don't even like it. I never even liked it to begin with. I don't care about this bunny. Whatever." And so he goes back to the monastery. He's sad because he just misses wrestling. He's just sad. And then the little kid Chancho is like, "I saw you on the TV. You don't want to wrestle no more?" And he's like, "Nah, Chancho, that shit's lame now. It's for lames." And after that, they're like, he like has this epiphany. He starts drawing and he talks to the Lord. He's like, "Lord, can you give me a sign to know, like, should I keep wrestling with Esqueleto? Like, that shit would be fire if you let me know." And then he sets him on fire. And that was the sign. And so he like starts running and like it burns all his clothes. And then you see that he's still wearing his wrestling uniform underneath. And everybody catches him. Like, they all run out of the church. And after they were praying, like with the prayer hands, still holding their prayer hands, but all running outside with their prayer hands up. And they're like, "Oh shit, what is that?" And he's like, "Oh man, you guys caught me. I'm Nacho, the luchador, the famous wrestler. Nacho!" And then they're like, "Who?" And then he realized, like, "Damn, bro, I knew wrestling was for lames. Nobody even knows who I am." And then the little boy was like, the little Chancho, he's like, I know who you are. You're sick as hell. I know who you are. I know you're Nacho the luchador. I still love you, dog." And he's like, "I gotta go now, bro. I can't be here no more. Everybody knows my secret. They're cramping my style and shit." And then he goes out into the desert. And then Esqueleto starts to feel bad for him. He's like, "Man, I miss the homie. We were actually kind of cool. Like, now that I think about it, that dude was cool. We should hang out again." And so he's like, "You know what? I know the only way to get him back is if we go to the Battle Jam because he loves the kids." So he's like, "You know what? I got a plan. I'm just gonna break a dude's foot that's supposed to go to the Battle Jam." So he goes and he like gets his car and he runs that shit over. He runs that dude's foot over. And that dude's foot is fucked up, bro. Like under the MRI and under the CAT scan and under the SCT scores, he broke all his toes. And they're all fractured and look fucked up and they look stupid. And he's like, "All right, this guy's out of the Battle Jam. Now we got a spot. Now we can join the Battle Jam. You want to join? Like, now there's another spot." And Nacho's like, "Shit, I don't know, but I guess if his foot is broken, let's do it." And then he goes. And after he goes, he's up there and he's just in the ring. And he's like, he finds out he has to fight Ramses, the best. Ramses is number one. His muscles is number one. His legs is number one. Everything is number one with Ramses. Even his chapstick is number one. So then he goes and fights Nacho. And Nacho's like, "I don't know, bro. I don't even know if I can do this." But he looks out and then he sees Encarnacion and she's hot as hell in the stands. And she's wearing her little nun hat and her little nun outfit and the Virgen Maria and the rosary around her neck. And he's like, "I can win." So he jumps off the corner post. He starts flying like an eagle, making eagle sounds. Eagle sounds all day long. So many eagle sounds. And he just starts floating down, floating down, floating down. And he pins Ramses. He knocks his fool out. Dude can't breathe anymore. He starts running. He starts running away and crying and like sobbing. And he's like, underwear is like falling off and stuff. And it's like a sight to see. Everybody in the crowd is just chanting Nacho, Nacho, and Chancho looks at him. He's like, "That's my boy right there." And then I think basically they buy the bus for the field trips for the children, and then they're gonna basically go on a field trip. They take them to a field trip to the Mexican pyramids, and him and Encarnacion, they fall in love, and they pretty much break their vows, which is weird. Like they're not supposed to get married as a friar and as a nun and all that, but it's romantic as hell. It's romantic as hell. I feel weird to like support that they broke their vows, but also I feel very like I gotta support their love. So that's the end of the story, and I don't know why I'm still talking like this.